For the first time in human history, neurological and mental health disorders are rising faster than almost any other disease category. Not because we're weaker, but because the systems we've built were never designed for the human brain. This channel is called Neurogenesis. It's about the brain, but more importantly, it's about systems, biological systems, technological systems, social systems, and what happens when they stop working together. In this video, we're not going to sell you a miracle cure. We're not going to sensationalize neuroscience. And we're not going to pretend the answers are simple. Instead, we're going to look calmly at what's happening, why it's happening, and what might come next. Across the world, conditions like depression, anxiety, chronic pain, autoimmune illness, and neurodegeneration are increasing year after year. Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, fibromyalgia, long COVID, burnout. What's striking isn't just the numbers, it's the pattern. These conditions don't behave like traditional diseases. They don't have single causes. They don't respond well to single-target treatments. And despite billions in research funding, many patients are told, we can manage symptoms, but we don't fully understand what's going on. That should concern us. For over a century, modern medicine has been built on a simple idea. Find the broken part, fix the broken part, move on. This approach has saved millions of lives. But the brain is not a liver, it's not a lung, and it's certainly not a simple machine. The brain is a dynamic, adaptive, self-modifying system, deeply connected to the immune system, hormones, metabolism, trauma, environment, and social context. When something goes wrong, it's rarely one switch flipping off. It's a network drifting out of balance. You've probably heard the word neuroplasticity. It's often presented as a positive idea. Your brain can change. But neuroplasticity isn't inherently positive. The brain adapts to stress. It adapts to inflammation. It adapts to trauma. It adapts to disconnection. Plasticity explains learning, but it also explains chronic pain, anxiety loops, and patterns that reinforce themselves over time. In other words, the brain doesn't just heal automatically. It adapts to whatever signals it receives most consistently. And sometimes, those signals are harmful. In a healthy system, the brain is constantly repairing itself. Myelin regenerates, synapses remodel, inflammation resolves. But under chronic stress, physical or psychological, those repair systems begin to fail. The immune system stays switched on. The nervous system stays hyper-alert. The brain prioritizes survival over optimization. This isn't weakness. It's biology doing its job for too long. The problem is, modern life rarely gives the nervous system permission to switch off. We're often told these conditions are individual problems. A chemical imbalance, a lack of resilience, a personal failing. But when millions of people experience the same patterns, across countries, across age groups, across lifestyles, that's not individual failure. That's a systems failure. And systems failures require systems thinking. Quietly, a shift is beginning. Not toward one drug, not toward one single solution, but toward integrated approaches that embrace complexity. Neuroimmune interaction, metabolic psychiatry, nervous system regulation, psychedelic-assisted therapy. Some of these ideas are controversial. Some are misunderstood. Some are overhyped. But together, they point to something important. We may be approaching the limits of symptom suppression and the beginning of true neural repair. Neurogenesis exists to explore this space, calmly, critically, without hype. No cult thinking, no blind optimism, no fear-based narratives. Just careful examination of evidence, mechanisms, risks, and ethical questions. If we don't update how we understand the brain, we will continue treating complex systems with overly simple tools. And the cost won't just be financial. It will be human. Chronic suffering normalized, cognitive decline accepted as inevitable, people living below their potential. That's not a distant future. That's already happening. The brain made civilization possible, but civilization may now be overwhelming the brain. Whether we adapt, scientifically, medically, culturally, will shape the future of human health. This channel is one small part of that conversation. Welcome to Neurogenesis.